Hello, welcome to this week's Express class. We're going to build on last week's class where we started to work our glutes a lot, but we started to bring in a little more to side planks. So we're going to develop it on a little bit more today, and we're going to build in a little bit more ab work as well. So we're going to leave the circle out of it this week, and we're going to get going with that. So a quick warm up on the hands and knees to get started, loosening up the spine. So hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips, arch the back down, lifting the head up, looking up in front, and then drop the head down, push the ribs up to the ceiling. Drop the ribs back down, lift the head up, drop the head down, push the ribs up nice and high, drop the ribs down, looking up in front, drop the head down, ribs to the ceiling, one last one each way, drop the ribs down, and then drop the head down, push the ribs to the ceiling. Flatten the back out, bring the left leg back behind the body, right arm up in front, and circles with the heel in the hand, keeping the hips and shoulders still. Nice big wide circles, and change directions, keeping the body as still as you can, and then bring the arms and legs down, switch sides, right leg back, left arm up in front, and circles again. Good, make those circles as big and wide as you can, change directions. Good, keep the shoulder blades pinched together. And arms and legs back down onto the mat. We're going to bring the hips and shoulders to the left first, right leg back behind the body, and then right arm up in front, back down, hips and shoulders to the right, left leg back, left arm up in front. Good, we haven't done this in a while, so you might be a little shaky like I am. Bring the arms and legs back down, hips and shoulders to the left again, right leg back, right arm up in front, back down, last one, hips and shoulders to the right, left leg back, left arm up in front, and then back down. Good, turn over onto your back now. So, head resting down, the headrest, imprint the spine, hands by the side, legs to tabletop, and some nice soft taps to start. Shoulders relaxed, bring the rib cage down and in, focus on the imprint, and you can tap the feet further and further away. Good, squeezing the back into the mat, legs to tabletop, tap the 2 feet off the mat again, focus on the imprint, the upper abs, keeping the rib cage down and in. One more. And I bring the legs back down onto the mat. For the next one, we're going to imprint the spine. We're just going to lift the hips up and then back down. I want to just exaggerate the rolling the hips back. So the imprint, roll the hips, lift up, and then back down. 2, we're just going to go for 5. 3, so we're just exaggerating all those movements. Make sure the ribs come down. 4, 1 vertebrae down at a time. And the last one, and then back down. Now we're going to copy that. We're going to bring one knee to the chest. So lift and lower back down. Come out of the imprint, roll the hips back and lift. And nice and slow. So knee drifts away from the body. Make sure you arch that low back, imprint it and lift. 3. We're going to do 5 of these. Arch, imprint and lift. As you arch the back, let the ribs cage flare out nice and wide. Bring the ribs down and in as you imprint. And switch legs. Left knee into the chest. Imprint, rib cage comes down. Lift the hips and lower. Arch the back, flare the ribs. Imprint, bring the ribs in. Lift the hips. Good, come down again, come out of that imprint. Back into it and lift. Good, 2 more. And lift, and each time the vertebrae come back down onto the mat, one after the next, so they come down in a wave. They don't just come down as one big block all together. Bring the feet down onto the mat again. Next we're going to do our pulses. So we're going to imprint the spine, lift the hips, 10 pulses on the right, then the left, and we're going to go into some circles. Imprint the spine, lift the hips up nice and high, extend that right leg, and little pulses. 1, 2. Dig the left heel into the mat, keeping the hips nice and high. And make sure the right hip is level with the left. It's not twisting down to the mat. Good. Keep the rib cage down. 2 more. Last one. Bend the right knee. Dig the right heel into the mat. Hips nice and high. Extend the left leg. And pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the knees. Rest the hips down. For the next one, we're going to do circles clockwise and anti-clockwise. So we're going to imprint again. Lift the hips up nice and high. Extend that right knee. And 10 circles down clockwise. 1, 2. Again, dig the left knee into the mat. Hips nice and high. And try not to let the body shake side to side as that leg comes out to the side and back to the middle. 8, 9, 10. Change directions. 10. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the hips back down. I'm going to switch legs in a second. So again, imprint the spine, lift the hips up nice and high, dig that right heel to the mat, extend the left leg, 10 circles anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3. Really extend through the right hip. Keep the rib cage down. And the shoulders relax, let the hands and fingers relax, change directions. And again, keep the body still, make sure it doesn't weave side to side. And nice smooth circles with the left leg. 2 more. Last one. Bend the left knee and hips come down onto the mat. Next we're going to do a little bit of ab work. So we're going to imprint the spine. We're going to bring the legs straight to the ceiling and some flutter kicks. So arms resting by the side, imprint, lift the legs straight to the ceiling, little flutter kicks back and forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, shoulders are relaxed, ribs are down. One last one, and bend the knees and bring the feet down onto the mat. We're going to go the same again. We're going to lower the 2 legs to the mat and then back up. Imprint again. Shoulders are relaxed. Legs to tabletop. Straighten the legs to the ceiling. Lower and lift. 1, 2. Focus on the ribs. 3, 4. Relax the shoulders. Keep the chin tucked in. 7, 8, 9. One last one. 10. Bend the knees and bring the feet down onto the mat. We're going to do some roll-ups next. So we're going to straighten the legs down onto the mat. Hands back behind the head. Arms forward, chin to the chest. Up nice and tall, chest is forward. Back down. 1, 2. We're going to go for 5, 3, 4, 1 more, 5. Keep the shoulder blades together as you come down. We're going to reach the ceiling for the next 5. 1, 2, 3. Good. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. 4. One last one. 5. Back down onto the mat and rest down. The next one's going to turn onto our side. I'm going to develop the glutes that we did last week a little bit more. So we're going to come up into the side plank position. What we're going to do is run through the side series in the mini plank with the knees bent, and then at the end we're going to do some full planks with the legs straight. So onto our side, elbow below the shoulder and just slightly closer to the hips. Straight line from the shoulders through the hips to the knees. We're going to straighten the top leg down to the mat, lift the hips up, lift and lower the top leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest the legs, rest the hips down. Next we're going to do small circles, then big, and then cycle forward. Lift the hips again, top leg up parallel to the floor, 10 circles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Keep the hips high and change directions. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the leg, rest the hips down. Next one is big circles. Forward, up, back and down, and then reverse of that. So again, into a comfortable position, elbows slightly lower than the shoulders, lift the hips, top leg comes up an inch, and sweeping big circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just move elbow down, 7, 8, 9, 10, change, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keep the toes pointing forward, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest the hips down. Last one we're going to do is cycling forwards and backwards. So again, back into that same position, straight line down the body, lift the hips, top leg parallel to the floor, and cycle 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, keep the shin parallel to the floor the whole time, 9, 10, backwards, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest the legs down. Last one we're going to do on the side, we're going to straighten the legs down, and we're going to lift the hips up and down for 10. So again, into the same position. I'm getting my shoulder positions all wrong today. They keep sliding up. So shoulder just higher than the elbow, elbow closer to the hips. I'm going to straighten the legs, lift the hips and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest the hips down and turn over onto the opposite side. So move that out of the way. Start with the knees bent, straight line down the body, top leg is straight, lift the hips up and lift the top leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Rest the hips down. You're going to find this leg tougher now because it's been holding the body up on the other side. Same again, we lift the body up, 10 circles. Hips up, leg parallel to the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't matter which direction you go because we're going to change direction. 10 and go the opposite. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, pinch the shoulder blades, 1, and rest the legs down. Next one, we have big circles, forward, up, back and down, then up, forward, down and back, and we'll have another rest. So again, lift the hips nice and high, sweep the leg forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep the pelvis still. 6, shoulder blades together. 7, 8, 9, 10, change directions. 10, keep the toes pointing forward. 8, 7, keep those circles big. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest the legs and hips down. This leg's getting tired today. It's hard to keep those circles nice and high. We're nearly there. Again, nice straight line down the body. Top leg is straight, bottom leg is bent. Lift the hips and cycle forward. The top leg parallel to the floor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change directions. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep the shin parallel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the legs and rest the hips down. Last one, straighten the legs down to the bottom of the mat. Nice straight line running down the mat. I'm going to lift and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Rest the hips down. And we're done. So, it's a good express class today. A little bit more core involved and tougher workout for the hips. I hope you enjoyed it. See you again next week. Bye bye.